Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your Virgo season reading. Wow, as soon as I started plugging into your energy just now, it started doing what Pluto's doing. This thing, it's different than information. Not that information ends, but it's like, okay, you get to the end of a sentence, And that's the end of that sentence. Pluto, this emotional water energy, there's no end. It's just a rabbit hole, an ocean that just keeps going, keeps flowing, never stops. But do I see you finding power in this black hole? They're saying that Tyla, that she ruined her career. People are funny. People saying that someone ruined their career means nothing at all. Not a thing. Will people listen to that person who says that thing? Sure, there will be people who listen to it. There will be people who believe that. Probably because they have no real sense of abundance. I mean, they're calling Netanyahu Hitler. the Hitler of this time. I wonder if I'm even allowed to say that. Not say that, but like say Hitler on here. I guess we'll see. Saw how they cut Kanye off, but that was very different. But I'm like, am I even allowed to say Hitler? I think you can say it. Anywho, my point being, there are people in the world who feel and believe that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, committing the atrocities in Gaza today, is the Hitler of our time. And I don't say this to compare you to Hitler or to Netanyahu or to any horrible person, really. That's not what I'm trying to say at all, actually. So let's not even connect those two things. What I'm trying to say is, despite there being many people who feel that way about Netanyahu, probably most of the world, there's still a lot of people in the world who agree with what this man is doing. They're holding on to him, and there's nothing that anybody could say or do to change their minds, to stop them from supporting him, giving him the resources. Okay, so again, not making a comparison to you that people are saying bad things about you, so you are like Benjamin Netanyahu or Hitler. Not saying that at all. What I'm saying is this Plutonian energy that can bring out the worst in people towards you, people you don't even know. You don't even know these people, but they hate you. I'm telling you, they actually hate you with like a capital H. Like, they do not like you, and they don't even know you at all. But if you were like their family member, like they would be down for you just because. But because you're like not in their family or whatever, and they feel like they're an outsider, which you never said they were an outsider. You just said, I am who I am. And they don't like that. at all. But you can't spend the next 20 years pandering. You've done enough of that. If you spend the next 20 years pandering, you will never be yourself. So I think what you're learning is that being yourself sometimes makes you makes you the enemy in the eyes of others, makes your energy more exclusive than people feel like they can be a part of, makes people feel a little isolated, ugly, broke, stupid, boring, repulsive. I mean, we could go on. I'm telling you, this Pluto rabbit hole is just, it's the sentence doesn't end. So my recommendation is to lean into Pluto and Aquarius, this fixed energy. Understand that the people who spend the most amount of energy trying to pull you down into the black hole that they are in, they will be brought to your feet. In the most beautiful way for you. And for them, because they don't understand that you are the community leader. Doesn't matter how old they are, doesn't matter how young they are. You are the one that brings everyone together, that understands everyone. You're actually that smart. Again, despite your age, you get it. But Pluto's not in Capricorn anymore. The standards by which the world is living by is changing, and all people can do is hold on so tightly to whatever youth they have left. Hold on so tightly to whatever money they were able to acquire, because what they're doing now is really not resonating with people at the level that it used to back in the day. So they're going to take the little bit that they've got and make the most out of it, because nobody fucking cares anymore. Because whatever standard they've set and they're living by, it's not the only way to live life. And even though Pluto and Capricorn could hold us to that standard of living life for so long, Pluto is with you now. The foundation of our community and what it means to live a powerful life is set by you and you only. So does that mean, oh, you have all the power? That's exactly what the fuck it means, bro. That's exactly what the fuck it means. Rest in that shit. Forget these people. I'm telling you, it's hard because it's like, man, it doesn't make you likable, no. Because if you were likable, you wouldn't have the power. Likability isn't what gets you the power. Pandering to these people, giving everybody what they want. The reason you have the power is because you are on your own journey. You're writing the rules to this. You're the one who's setting the tone that everybody's going to come behind and follow. But they didn't think that it was going to be as big as it is now. They didn't think that it would really stick the way that it's sticking. They didn't think that the journey would be so long. The road of success ahead of you would be so long and so so real. They didn't think that it would really materialize in a way that you would be so valued and respected. They did not expect it. They didn't understand that it would all come back to you. Everything that you lost, everything that you poured out to get to where you are today, they didn't. They thought that you would just be sad and trying forever and confused and emotional and, wasting your time and energy forever. And now that all of that time, you're now being reimbursed for all of that energy expounded, all of that loss that you had to endure, all of that work that you put in. You're being well compensated. Well compensated. And if you keep these weirdos and oldies out of your head, people who, if they actually came face to face with you, if they actually had to battle you in your thing, would crumble to the ground like a motherfucking something that crumbles to the ground. They would fucking crumble because they don't know fucking power. You know what power is? It's fucking working your ass off, mastering something to the level that nobody can tell you anything, but you want them to tell you because you value people. You value people. But they know they can never touch you truly. So forget these haters. They are loud and they are wrong and they are not even close. And that's why they'll never come into your presence until they've been brought to their knees. Not by you, by life. You don't have to do it. Pluto and Aquarius is brutal as fuck. You think you're doing something. You wrong an Aquarian, you're going to be brought to your knees to the face of an Aquarian. Don't do it. But they're doing it and they think, ooh. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea. All right, so let's talk about the rise. Let's talk about how strategic you have to become, how prepared you have to be. You're not as prepared as you could be, but that's okay. You see those gaps, you see those moments of imperfection so that you can build up to the perfection. You don't know what you need to build and fill in until you see it. So these criticisms from the world outside can make you emotional. It can make you feel protective of yourself, of your family, of everything that you've built. And you should be. Some of these people are just, they actually understand how this game works. They understand that they can actually influence your money with their words, with their energy. And they're going to take the opportunity to do it, especially if they don't like you for whatever reason. These people, although they are, for lack of a better word, trash, they have influence. So you have to get more strategic. You have to remember that it's okay to be imperfect, absolutely, but you need to be prepared to the best of your ability. And that might mean going a lot deeper into the places where It's like, what does this have to do with anything, bro? It's okay if you signed up for something and you didn't realize that there's aspects of it that come with it that you actually have to pour into. No, it doesn't feel valuable. No, it doesn't feel important. But just like Pluto and Aquarius is dragging everybody, and I mean everybody, everybody's getting dragged out here, whether you see it or not. It's also dragging you. And so it's saying anything that you have too much pride about and you think it's okay to just do what you want to do, it's not enough. You have to plug into your community in a way that is uncomfortable. And I know that's hard in some moments because your emotional comfort right now is so important to you. It's the most valuable thing for you right now. And it's so smart to keep that energy clear of really nasty people who would love to find you every single day and pour their low level energy into you. Right? So, but you're also learning about what it means to have such a strong power within your community, i.e., the whole world. And yes, it means that some people will not like you for whatever reason, likely because you get the things that you want and they don't. Likely because most people really love you and they don't feel a need to hate on you, you know. They like you just because of what you bring to the world. And that means a lot. They see what you're trying to do and it means a lot. And so the power, let's talk about Pluto. Let's talk about Pluto. Pluto has all the wealth. Pluto has all the winnings. But that's not enough. It's not enough to have, you know. And that's why this matters to you in the first place. Like if it didn't matter to you, it wouldn't matter. You would just, you know, keep it moving. But it matters to you because you have Pluto. Pluto doesn't just want the wealth. Pluto doesn't just want the house and the home and they need the power, and the power that they're looking for is actually not some secretive thing where they can make moves behind the scenes. It's I hate this. I hate the way that Pluto and Aquarius is just like, I'm telling you, the sentence does not end. It's like, damn, how does this shit just keep coming? God. The reason it sucks so bad is because the power that you think you have is not the power that you actually want. And that's the only reason why you care. So does that mean that you need to now go and pander to people to get this power? Absolutely not. You need to reinvigorate your thing, your things, and face it fully. Come out into the world with it. Be honest, because it's the only way to break free. from the chains that others have created, the ones that you've created. And when you do it, they will all listen. They will change their perception, but only if you're honest. If you're doing it because of money, they won't care, they won't listen, and they feel like it's, press. Be honest, be humbled. Allow people to bring you to their feet, because we all have something to gain and learn from each other. The people who have seemingly the most hatred for you secretly have the deepest yearning, the deepest yearning to figure out why you're so magnetic. And it's because you've lost more than anybody could have ever even imagined. They can't even imagine it, really. And you can't make it like, oh, I lost this too. I understand the things that you lost and the way that it sat on your heart and the way that it affected your heart when you lost it. They'll never understand that. They'll never understand the way that you connect with the world because of what was ripped from you, because of what you had to give up, because of how much you suffered. And that suffering is something that makes you talk to people in a language that, whether they like it or not, they understand and they're listening and they want to talk back. The love might not be as sexy, but it's there. And I mean, it could be really, really sexy, but most importantly, it's there. And it's not disruptive, so you can really make some shit happen in your life as a whole, your professional life, because finally someone is not being a freaking idiot and jealous of you and just, I mean, I can't stress it enough, being dumb. But people who aren't happy with themselves and their lives, they'll never be enough for you. Even if they give you a temporary moment of, feeling of togetherness and they can talk to you, you'll never be happy because they're really unhappy with their life. And so you guys can, you're building and they're trying to get to where you are. So even though at this time it could feel like you're too cool for this, stay grounded in this connection, because remember how many people wasted your time and energy because they just weren't happy enough with themselves, with their life. So basically, I'm not saying that your partner is corny. I'm just saying that, like, this might be a moment where you're like, you feel very sexual and that's kind of what you're attracted to right now. But what you actually want and need is someone who is non-problematic, because they're really happy for you, to the point where it doesn't matter how much you act crazy in your own thing. You can act as crazy as you want even. And they're going to be like, hey, Do that shit. Keep going. That's the kind of strength, intelligence, leadership. Ooh, that is sexy. That is sexy. And even if you don't really feel it all the way, all the time right now, you will feel it and you'll realize, oh shit, this motherfucker is a genius. Shit is sexy as fuck. And these people who are deeply unhappy, it doesn't matter how much they take from you. It doesn't matter how much they run away with. They'll never understand that you have to keep building up this masterful life every single day. They can't just do it for a couple days and think that's it. They're eventually going to run out of steam. Pluto and Aquarius, I'm telling you, that shit is ruthless. So anybody who's coming in and taking things from you and trying to figure out what they're looking for is electricity. You're the electricity. You're the one who brings the electricity. Don't give people your electricity. Let them sit with the light off, because instead of just, you know, being a good person, goddamn, they tried to take your electricity and use it for themselves. They would let you sit in the house with the light off, but meanwhile they want you to give them the electricity so that they can feel that. So guess what? Now the electricity's off for them. They got to figure out a way to sustain it on their own. So whatever you think someone or people stole from you in a romantic dynamic, understand that the only way that they feel that electricity in their life is when they're connected to you, because the way to that feeling is through pain. And everybody's afraid of it, but you're not. All right, I'll see you in air season. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in my description. Bye, Aquarius.